Okay, here we have a rather interesting bike. This is a Trek Y11. It's called the Y because the frame is shaped like a Y, and it has Y-frame technology, as they used to call it back in the mid to late 90s. So what have we got here then? Well, we've got a Trek carbon frame. It's based on Trek's oclv carbon manufacturing process, which I believe meant optimum compound low void. So there wasn't any voids or gaps in the carbon, which is always good. I believe that's what it stands for. I may not be 100% correct on that. Here we have down here an interesting sticker. Trek 100% oclv carbon, hand built in the United States of America from domestic and foreign parts. We have a Fox rear shock on here. It's a damped rear shock, but there is no external adjustment whatsoever. Do not open, contents under pressure, standard health and safety stuff. The front section is carbon, the rear end is aluminium, TIG welded aluminium of course. We're rocking a 3x on the front, Shimano SDX-RC 3x, and a SRAM ESP 9.0 with the aforementioned grip shift. And now these were the see-through version of the grip shifters as well. Servo wave brake levers. You have the awesome RockShox Indy elastomer suspension forks on here with the gold coloured stanchions underneath the seals right there. They do need a full service, however, they're completely stuck at the moment. Preload adjusters on here, the awesome RockShox logo right there. It's pretty cool. Some rather interesting wheels in it, system free components, whoever they are. Leave a comment down below if you recognise them. Welded and machined rims by, I don't know how you pronounce that, Swami? I don't know, probably Japanese. Even if I attempted to pronounce it, it'd probably be completely wrong. They look a bit like Mavic wheels, Mavic rims rather, but they're not. Reinforced spoke eyelets and what I'd believe to be DT Swiss stainless steel spokes. Cable routing runs along the side. Can't really say top tube or down tube because it's just one big monocoque. Cables are a little rusty. This frame was a UART, or unified rear triangle, which meant the whole drive line of the bike sits on the rear end. So the cranks, the bottom bracket, the rear derailleur, everything sits on the rear end of the bike. This is a very popular design back in the mid 90s, but fell out of favour because when you're standing up, there's essentially no weight on here, or hardly any weight. Your weight is here, between this sort of region, in a vertical line, your weight is there. So the rear suspension really doesn't do a whole heck of a lot. Whereas if you're sitting on the seat, your weight's directly over and it's acting on the pivot point a lot more. So it's essentially a non-active suspension design when you're standing up, which is pretty terrible when you want to stand up downhill on a rocky trail. It looked cool, but that's pretty much about it. And it climbed well because of course it didn't do anything when standing up, so you could stand up climbing, back when everyone used to do that. Of course these days it's all about spinning with small chain rings and spinning up the hill, getting a heart rate sky high and spinning, as opposed to churning and wearing out drivetrains. Brakes, we have V brakes of course. There is no disc mounts on this frame at all as far as I can tell, not even the Trek specific version. Big old thick beefy drop mounts on there. The rear wheel, I believe it's an STX-RC hub. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Chain hasn't been oiled and needs replacing of course. There's no play in the bottom bracket. All this aluminium will polish up really well. A head. It's a Bonk Ranger, yeah, Bonk Ranger. 2014 on there, it says that's the type of aluminium, not the year. And that concludes the Trek Y11 carbon fibre bike that I paid £26 for. See you later.